Hey everybody, it's Jada on piano, where we make music make sense. You know, you can't talk this long without getting your lips right. It's a long time, hours a long time to go with and be chap. Let me see. So you know how we do? We start with listening to the song, and if you were here last week, we started with this song. This is the group Fire. They're doing Total Praise by Richard Smallwood. They're singing it. We started it and we got all the way to the end, the amens, and I think I'm right about there. Back it up a little bit. You know, we listen for just a couple of minutes. So let's listen. So let me hold on. Okay, so that's right about where we ended. We got ready to do the amens last week, and we're starting right there. Gonna wait about one more minute. Sorry, y'all. I gotta clean my glasses a little bit here. If you were here last week, we were talking about the harmonies that they did and how much space, how open the chords were that the pianist, we don't know who the pianist is, but how open he was leaving it for them to have room to sing. And so we're talking about getting the voicings for somebody we're transcribing somebody that is playing behind a group of young men who have really rich harmonies. Let's see. The sold out one is saying hello from Virginia. Hey, good evening. Thanks for joining in. We're starting in about one more good minute. I'm just talking as people are coming in, and talking about last week. Since this is a continuation video, we don't want to ignore last week or anything like that. Okay, just wanted to make sure my ringer was off. We were in the key of F. We know that Total Praise is normally in D flat. I can give the key here. That's the key of F. That's the numbers, or that's the scale. The numbers, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. We've got all of our chords that we expect. And if you're looking for the first part of the video, go back to this is episode 25. So go back to episode 24 if you're looking for the beginning part of this transcription. Now, I want to point out something. I got my new mic, you guys. I'm using it. Hopefully, let me know if you can hear me well. I did test it out just a little bit ago, but let me know if you're hearing better. Hopefully, better than usual. We've come through the struggle on that one, but hopefully it's working out. Looks like I'm getting a better signal, everything of the sort. Here we go. I don't want to waste any more time. Let's get these amens. Okay, so before I even go there, what we expect from the normal song. That's what we expect, right? So in F, we went down flat 7, then flat 6. So in F, let me get back up here. Okay. Sorry. That's what we're expecting in the key of F. Let's see what we actually get from them. Okay. We expected that. Okay. Now, immediately we jump in and we hear something different. Let me see what we hear. We need the bass note. I think I'm hearing this, but the 7th may not be in the chord. It may be in there, it may not. But we definitely went here. So, that's beautiful. We already know what's going on there. I don't know why my voice gets dry as soon as I start getting on camera. Look at what that is before I do anything else. We hit this. This is a dominant chord. We know it's going to lead us somewhere, and we are expecting it to lead us to a specific place. And we went to that specific place. Did anybody catch it? Now, neither one of those chords are in the key. But do you know what's special about it? We talked about this a little bit. F and D flat are, I don't want to use the word connected, but or related. I'm going to say connected instead of related. F, the notes F and D flat are connected by chromatic medians. Remember, we were talking about that chromatic mediant being a third away, but not being a part of the key. So both of those are chromatic mediants, but this one is not because it's in the key, but this one is because it's not in the key. And by the key, we are in the key of F. So we're looking for things that are a third away, the interval of a third away, that are not diatonically in the key. So this, and this are chromatic mediants. This is in the key of F, right? So we can't use this one, but we can use that one. And then we go here, that one, and then we can't use this one because this is in the key, but this one is not. So those are our 6 chromatic mediants that are connected to the note F. And then all 6 of those. So this one, the D flat, interestingly, because we're connected by a third, it has the F, especially this one, it has the F as the third of the chord, right? Here's the F right here. That happens to be the melody note. And somebody's singing that note. Let's see. Let's hear what it is. I hear somebody doing that. I hear somebody doing this. Let's see what else they're doing. Somebody's just hammering that F home. And somebody's singing the C. I hear the C in there. I hear the A flat in there. I hear the F in there. And then the low note might also be singing the F. So if they're singing this chord, interesting, look at this chord in context of what he played. Here's the chord. See the chord here? Over that. But then if this is the chord they're singing, this chord also is here. See that? It's in both places. So we had two different chords in what we played, but they're just singing that one chord. Nice. And neither one of them are what we would expect. We did this, remember? And he starts off immediately with it. That's wonderful. Wonderful. Let's keep going. That's going to be tough because that's the same chord in the right hand. Sounded like 3 times. But changing the bass note maybe? Let's see. Okay, hold on. Might have went to the C in the bass. So that B flat is in the bass. Maybe the E flat? Nope. That one little part is going to be the toughest part of this whole little thing. Let's try that again. In fact, let me see if I can slow it down and see if that'll help. I'm not sure it will because it's so tightly packed in there. Let's try. Or it could be. Or is it the 6? Let's see. Okay, I'm going to speed that back up because now I'm wondering what else is in there. I'm about to listen to the vocal since the underneath has to match it in some way. Could be open. Let's see if it's open. I'm going to play it with it. We might just have something real open like this. I'm not hearing that 7th is too much. That 7 is definitely too much. So we may have something like this where it's nice and open. Hey, Herman, you catching me? Let's see if you can hear this chord. Listen to this phrase right here. Yeah, this is one of my friends, Herman. He's an awesome keyboardist too. Just that little piece right there. Those 3 chords are so tightly packed in there. So I feel much better about this one. And if I'm thinking that through, I feel less confident. It could be C minor. Okay, so it's ending like this. Let's slow it down and play it with it and see if we can notice the abnormalities with it. Here we go. Okay, I think we're pretty close. If somebody has something better than that, please, please, please let me know. That's what I'm hearing. That was tough. I won't even lie to you. Let me see. I want to speed this back up now. Oh, we were going to listen to the vocal for some confirmation. Let me go back right there. We're hearing that note. Okay, so the top two sound like they're... Okay, now let's get that moving note. I'm going to call it alto. Okay, man. You hear that? Okay, what is the bottom note doing? So oh, I was wrong. The C moves. So okay, so that is consistent with this chord. Okay, it works right in there. Like I said, if somebody has something else, let me know. That was the first amen. Remember, we're looking for or this is what... That's what we expect. Immediately, we did that much, and then remember he switches. That's the first one so far. You guys, I normally hit my record button, and I didn't do it. Hold on 1 second. Let me do that right now. I don't want to forget another second. I'm going to play that in so I can make sure I have it. We had okay, that's what we've got so far. Again, we expected... Okay, what's the next one? And it pretty much does that in versions when you're doing the Richard Smallwood version. So let's see what they do the second time. Here we go. We're continuing on. My gosh, that's just beautiful. Hold on. Okay. Okay, so they expound upon that idea the first time. That's where we're at. Reynold is in the building. Hey, Reynold, we're continuing on from last week. I'm just not getting to the second time for the amens. So that was the first one. He goes, now that's what I think we have there, because I'm hearing that E flat in the bass. Now we went to the E flat major 7 the first time, right? Which is what we expect. And then he goes into the move. But they're all doing it together. So this time he goes to the E flat. He goes to E flat minor. So, right? We're on E flat. It's actually telling me dominant, but okay. I can see the dominant. And we know if we're hitting a dominant right here, that is a secondary dominant, because if it's dominant, it's got to lead us somewhere. And lo and behold, we go to that A flat. But the A flat is also dominant. And A flat has to lead us somewhere. Lo and behold, where does it lead us? Right where we expect. So the E flat led us to the note we expect. The E flat dominant led us to the note we expected. But instead of just playing a regular A flat chord, we played another dominant. Gotta lead us somewhere, and it did. So, and then what does he do after that? Now it's wide open, because this is not a dominant. So what's happening now? That was our target. Let's hear it. I love that. That little walk down was everything. Did y'all hear that? Oh. I'm gonna let y'all hear it. I heard that and it just set the whole thing up. Did y'all hear that? Did you hear that? What are we doing here? We got a G in the chord, but okay. I'm hearing this chord. Nope, that's not right. Where do we go from here? I'm going to tell you what, I sort of, because this is an E flat chord, I'm expecting either I'm really expecting an A flat of some sort, but because this G is in the bass, I feel like he's faking me out and he's going here. This isn't in the key, not like this. This isn't in the key, nor is this in the key. So let's see what he's about to do. Wait, what's in the bass? See, this is the dominant chord, but I don't hear that at all. I'm feeling like it may be the sus chord, so that would work. Oh. What is he playing? You hear those single notes he's playing? Oh, real simple. Okay, so let's get that whole phrase right there. Okay. Now I'm going back a little further. Okay, so let me try that. Okay, that's where we're at. So that was 2 times through. Let me see if I can do the whole thing. Y'all, I can't believe I think I got that. Okay, wow. Things are looking up. Let's keep going. This is time number 3. And it sounds real full. So let's go ahead and put, like, I was here, but that doesn't sound full enough. So I'm going to go ahead and fill that up down here. Might even put that in to give that some fullness with it. Now that's the melody. What is the... Might be the D flat. Let's see. Let's see if we're right. I want it to be something else. Okay, so... Let's get what the next chord is. I feel like it's not going back there, but it... I think it went there. Let's try that phrase with them. How low is the bottom? We might just have a simple minor 9 there, but it's consistent with what's going on. We can kind of go through all of this after we get these chords, because he's using the same themes over and over. Okay. I feel like the first time it was up here, but the second time you can hear so much more warmth with it. And the thing that makes that little move is the in between note. Let me get it right. You hear that? That little. I feel like he's doing this, so let me see if I can get that. Wow. Okay, after that C. Okay. Okay. And then he always goes right back to our key with the F major. Finally, we're to what we expect. We already went through it like 5 times, so. Oh. Right? Okay, so the third one there is the one that I'm concerned about. Let's slow it down. We got through this. Let's work through this. Let's see if we can put this in some things. Something like that. Now let's get that whole thing from here while we're going slow. Okay, so we've got that entire thing. I went a little bit slower. If that wasn't for anybody else, that was for me. Notice I was able to do those first ones without much issue, but I was hearing other things as we were going. See, and now I'm not sure about the B flat. Let me go back and slow that down for the first one. I see it's over in here. See, he might even be going to the G there. Okay, so the first time, see, I was thinking it was this. Hey, Siobhan. Nice to see you this evening. We're working on the tail end of this, the voicings from the group Fire and how they're doing the amens at the end of Total Praise. So that first time, oh, I don't think that was right. Now we do this. And then and then we get the last one. Something like that, and then he ended off right there. So what do we have, since we actually have time to talk about it? Thanks, Siobhan. I'm about to get to breaking down what I see happening here. We talked about it a little bit at the beginning. He took one concept. Obviously, like I said, normally we see just the same thing over and over. We have the F, we have a major 7 here, and then we have, if we looked at it in terms of B flat, we're just subbing in a minor 4. 4 would be this. That was what we expect for the normal thing. And then we go to an A diminished, which isn't in the key. So we're sticking that in to lead us there, right? Back to the minor 4, then back to the 1. So that would be a oh my goodness, it's not a mod, it's a modulation. Oh my goodness, I can't remember the term. Somebody knows what I'm saying. It's when you, it's essentially, there we go, modal interchange. It's like you're taking the chord from another scale. That's all I'm trying to say. It's a borrowed chord, and I couldn't pull up the word at all. I knew it started with the M. It's modal interchange. So you're basically, instead of using the regular 4, see, this is me talking about another concept. So in the key of F minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. If you look at this, the chords for F minor, that would be 1. Jamal, you're on it. Yes. Modal interchange is exactly what I was definitely trying to say. Ian is saying there's a slight delay when the keys, sometimes 2 chords are combined. I think, hey Ian, I think that is me holding down the pedal. I'll try to stay off of it right now. So sorry. I was on the minor scale to talk about modal interchange a little bit, but Jamal is right on it. I don't know if I've ever said hey before, Jamal, but thanks for joining in. This is the 1. This would be 2, as you see, diminished. I'm in a minor key for this. 3 would be major. Look what we have on the 4. It is the minor 4. So instead of taking the 4 from the major key, you can borrow a chord, and I pulled it in this case, or he pulled it, I'm talking about Richard Smallwood, from the minor key. That's what is in the song already. We're here. Oh, sorry. That's what we get. Now, there's also, let me see. Does that come from somewhere else? It probably does. I don't want to even think about it too long, because I want to kind of take the broad 30,000 foot view of how he did all of that. Because now that we've completed the section, it's a little bit easier to see what was going on. that's all we had here. We had the minor 4. So Richard Smallwood himself, let's look at the notes we used. We had an F, we had the E flat, and we had the D flat. We added these 2 notes into the repertoire already, right? Well, these young men, they went ahead and took the liberty and added another one, which incidentally would be in the minor key as well. So maybe they really are thinking in the minor key. Let's see how many of these chords would fit in the minor key. I'm playing that because that's the scale, that's the minor scale for B flat, which obviously is the same scale as D flat major. Let me see, let me push this back up again. Okay, so I was just wondering, because we need, for the dominant chord, we need that note. So he could be using that scale, could be. Again, it's connected in a chromatic median way, so that's not far-fetched at all. Here's what I'm thinking. So the first time he did it, we went here. Okay, we expected this chord. Now this chord doesn't come from the key of F either, but it's the chord that was originally used in the song. So he starts off, we think it's the same, and then once he got here, this is the flat 7, by the way. Once we got here, if I take this away, he did this right here, and look what happens in the bass. That's what he did. First time he used this, he used the regular chord that you expect for the song. But then he grabbed our dominant and then went here. So our ear would be hearing that 2-5-1, but it connected to, oh, okay, we've heard this before. Then suddenly, well, wait a minute, where'd we go? Okay. But in the bass, just a 2-5-1, right? And then 5-1 essentially is what's happening, but he takes a roundabout way to that, right? The second time we did that, that time he took the chord a little further. See, this one is the major 7, is what we expect. The second time we still got that E flat in the bass. Now he's changed the chord, right? And then a little movement. I just love that right there. But it's the same 2 chords. Right? So that time we added 1 new chord. First time, introduce these 2. But this helped us transition. So here's what I'm saying, because I think I'm getting myself jumbled up. First time we expected a certain thing. That's one of the most iconic endings of a song you'll ever hear. So he took it. Okay, so far so good. Then he introduced new material, but based it on this chord we already know. Okay, and then okay, now we're back. Now that we've introduced the new material, now he's introducing a new chord. Okay, new chord. Now we've heard this. Oh, and then he put new material to lead to it, so it didn't have to be exactly the same. We heard this G, but now he's introducing another chord. Okay, we heard this chord, and then we're back. This is the third time. We heard that chord, and then we okay, now he introduces another new chord. Sorry, let me get off my pedal there so you can see it. Let me do it again. That's tough, right? And then we've seen this chord, but it's lower this time. The first time, or the first couple of times it's been here. Now he's made it fuller down here. Now let's talk about this. This is familiar. This is familiar, but added a little movement. So right, new chord just so happens to be the same as what we expect, but it's in a different inversion. Okay, we've been hearing this. Let's look at this chord. This is the chord we've been hearing. Notice this is the chord, right? If we add the B flat, all we've done, this chord is completely inside the B flat chord. So he just made it a stronger transition. Okay. Hey, Chris, see you here. Thanks for joining in tonight. Just continuing on the song we were on last week. So, right, then and then now we're to for the height of the move, he went back to our familiar. And we got there and did the whole thing. Okay, so we had all of that. Now think about the order that he did that in. See, and now I'm getting a little bit more into ideas. I don't know how many of you guys maybe also write or arrange music. I think I put this more in the category of arranging, but because he didn't have to write the song, he just was arranging what's already there. So this is good this transcription is really nice to help give you some ideas of how to approach changing something that you already have. Like you have the song and it's basing around the melody. But in order to make this work, he's got to make that melody note kind of hold where it is. And those and repeated notes like that. I don't know how many of you guys are Doobie Powell fans. Any Doobie Powell fans in the room? I don't know if you even know who that is, but let me tell you this. He is my favorite gospel artist. I think I've mentioned this before. I'm certain of it. In fact, when he releases a CD, I'm certain he releases a CD and he's like, I want to collect some money from Jada today, because as soon as he releases an album, I go and get it. Yes, I'm on the email list, all of that. Funny thing, he released an album. Today is Monday. I think it was Thursday. It was Thursday or Friday. A couple of days ago. It hasn't been a week. I'm certain of that. He released an album. I was falling asleep. I happened to pick up my phone. It was like 1 a.m. Okay. I was half asleep. I had like one eye open and an email came in and it was like new release Doobie Powell. And I literally instantly woke up and was like, what did I miss? So now I was half asleep and now I'm wide awake. I went, bought the album, and spent the next hour listening to this album, even though I was half asleep like seconds before. Go check him out, Chris. The reason I'm mentioning him, but I love his music. So something he does often when he's trying to change a lot of chords is this is why I mentioned him, but he will repeat a note and he'll play like for instance, I'm about to do this just randomly. So the note is F, that they happen to make the melody note. He'll do something like this and we'll see this. Let me see. I'm picking all F chords. Whatever I can find that's an F chord. I'm sitting here thinking of chords that have F in them, keeping the F at the top of the chord, but I'm changing my chords underneath it. You see what I'm saying? I wasn't writing anything in particular right then, but he actually writes songs using that kind of thought process. At least that's what I consider the thought process to be. It's so much different than I like to think about music, but I love it. So anyway, he released an album. I did go get it. I've listened to it about 5 times already. And I haven't even listened to it today yet. But anyway, I'm saying all that to say the same kind of concept was used right here. He needed chords with F's in the chord, and we're in the key of F. So that makes a lot of sense. So we have that one, and then we went here, and then the next time, okay, this chord has the F in it, right? And then this one has an F in it. Has an F in it. Has the F in it. Right? Oh, this one has an F in it. Has the F, and then even that right there. So all the chords that we were using were right there that can be used in conjunction with the note F, and with that, he then began to form progressions from that thought process. So we're talking about arranging here, right? He used it. We had to get back to home every time, and he did. Okay, our starting point, we talked about that, 2-5-1, but he used the familiar every single time. So if you don't want to go from here straight up, you want to build it, kind of like a progression as far as, okay, it keeps growing, it keeps gaining, and it's a steady gain. It's not like you shot straight up. You're telling that story. You're bringing people in while you're telling your musical story. So you're using all of this context, and I'm saying that because he went through it 4 times, right? See, just this little push that pushed us on further, and this chord, 2 new pieces in that, and then we already saw that, right? So bring us back to something familiar. And see, this is the one that has the most movement, and to me, the strongest transition when we got right there. Again, strong right here, or that one. I think it's this. I think this was at the top. Either this is at the top. Both of them work, but if the F is our melody, it's at the top, and then we're back. Now, the third time was to me the strongest, and now we're kind of at the top, and they get back to the most familiar, and we're like, oh my goodness, sorry, and I'm playing it wrong. And we know we're getting ready to end because we've heard this, So we went 4 times through that, and every single time got higher. And when we're at the top, he went right back to the most familiar and into the song. I think that's phenomenal. Now, let's take we've got 5 minutes till the end of the hour, but let's take about 10, because we usually take about 5 to 10 or 5 to 10 extra minutes to talk about this. So we're in the key of F. Let's see. Somebody give me a song while I'm thinking of a song. I want to see if we can throw these chords into something else, because we don't always get time to I'm talking while I'm waiting for a song and thinking of one, but we don't always get to put things in other places. So we want to kind of take some time to experiment since we've got a few minutes to do it. We should be doing this with all the chords we learn, but we've got time tonight. Let me see. Let me see. This song is in 4/4. So if we've got a song in 4/4, and I'm gonna be in the key of F since that's what we just did. How about Chris is saying never would have made it. Let's see what we can do. That's gonna be interesting. Okay. Uh. Uh. Oh. Okay, so okay, so let's see if we have an opportunity. That melody doesn't hang on an F very much. That is not using an F very much. We went to the F maybe twice, but let's see. I'm instead of me using the F, I tried it on the C. So this is me thinking through. You're watching me experiment with it, but instead, notice how I use the same type of thought process though on that. I used that major 7 there, and then I was leading it to my. Notice how the melody had to change. That's normally what it is, but for me to match with the chord I wanted to go to. See that? So that's kind of using the same thing. I had to kind of think around it. This is the type of stuff that music will make you do. It'll make you think in order to fit it in. So they had to manipulate the melody as well to even get the A flat in there in that key. So I guess that sort of can work with the never would have made it. I guess if you made it like a repeated phrase. Never would have made it. Never would have made it. Never would have made it. Something like that. I'm just, making something up. But it's a possibility. If you got singers that can hear that kind of stuff on the fly, it might work. Let me see. In the key of F, I always do Hallelujah. It's not helping me in the key of it. Or repeating this F. I'm struggling to think of a song that has a lot of repeated notes. Nope, not thank you, Lord. While I don't think of this, well, I'm gonna go through while I'm thinking about that because I don't have anything offhand, but something you can do to come up with chords. The hardest one to come up with is a 7, the chord on the note or on the note of the 7th of the key. You could do a flat 9 because that's what the note would be. So look at this. See that? That's the E7 flat 9. So I'm just going to go and play a chord on each one of the notes. Okay? So you can see how this could work. And then I have choices. I'm going to do it again. This was the only one that really doesn't have one. I think I didn't play that the first time, but I'm going to try to play different ones. I need an F chord here. I didn't play that one the first time. Didn't play that one. I'll play the minor one here. I'm trying to play different ones. I played that one before, so I want that one. So see, I did that 2 times through, and I tried to use different chords the second time other than this one. I tried to use different chords the second time than I did the first time. And that's really easy to do because on every note, you can either make it major, minor, or dominant, or diminished. So you've got choices off of each note, but every time I choose it, I still need to have a chord that has an F in it. So these are just some extra thoughts that had nothing to do with the video. We're just thinking of the chords, but maybe you can use some of those chords in your music. One that I'm experimenting in my playing right now is this one. It's a half diminished. Well, I didn't play if I played that, would be the half diminished, but I'm playing it like this. That's what I'm really working through in my playing right now. So anyway, hope that gave you guys some meat to work with and an excellent ending to a song. We'll have a new song next week. I already know. I have an idea of what we're going to do next week, but I gotta find a video to go through it. So anyway, you guys take care, and I will see you next week. Thank you for tuning in. As always, we got a lot of regulars now. Thank you for joining every single week and learning something new about transcription. So I'll see you then.